what's the fan crowd like for Pollyanna McIntosh?
Oh, they're super sweet. It was funny. Just setting up for the interview here in the room, we came in and there was a couple probably in their late 50s or early 60s, and they were fans of The Walking Dead. The show's just so popular and it's such a wonderful thing to be part of. People get very excited and they're generous. They're good-hearted. It's very sweet.
So you're hard to miss, especially with the haircut still.
Yeah.
Do you have to keep it? Do you like it?
No, it's funny with the hair that Jada's sort of came with was hair that I'd created for another character. I just played a biker gang leader and I wanted to look very different and edgy in it, and I cut some of it myself on screen, and so I had this mad haircut when I came to audition for the role, and I thought no one's going to hire me with this, but it was a week after finishing the film, so it just happened to be, and then they said we want to keep the hair.
And now you want to keep the hair.
And now I want to keep the hair, but obviously not the stripe anymore. It is very funny when people say, "Oh, that awful hair! You must be so relieved to be done with it." And I'm like, I made that.
I like it.
I made that.
An event like this, you're at a convention, a fan convention. Just what are some of maybe the wildest fan encounters you may have? I assume Jadis has a interesting type of fan.
Yeah, we have quite a few people in red aprons coming up, seemingly naked, apart from them. When the men do it, it's particularly fun. They find all sorts of sort of different fleshy looking outfits for the backside, which is always a joy. Just seeing, the passion. I think probably the weirdest one was probably a 12-year-old girl who brought me an apple to hold so that she could put it back in the freezer for the next time she met a Walking Dead person and she could have them touch it.
Oh, wow.
That was quite random. Plus, she looked a bit like Snow White. It made it very weird.
Now, have you seen any of the kids that dress up as some of these?
Oh yeah,
have you seen a kid
yeah, I have.
Yeah?
I totally have, and I've seen a little mini Winslow as well. He's everywhere.
Oh, I've seen him.
Yeah, you've seen him.
Really
He met
good.
Jeffrey at I think the Comic-Con actually, and surprised him.
I just love
it is
that there's,
weird. It's
kids
cute,
that
but
love it, but
yeah, but it's also a little disconcerting because sometimes they're too young to be watching the show, and I fear it might be more about the parents. But then there are other kids who just are hardcore horror fans. I mean, I saw some stuff when I was very young that still lives with me now, but I was ready for it at the time.
Yeah.
So again, it's just down to the choices that individual choices, but I still get a bit weirded out when I see the kids dressed as Negan because it's not something to aspire to.
Now, of course, I know we can't get into where is Jadis, what is she doing, when will we see her again, but were you surprised with the last time we did see her? What happened?
I had a little warning, so I had about 5 months warning that was going to happen, but what surprised me when I got the script was that I was under the impression, perhaps just formed by my own paranoia, that she was going to kind of abduct him. And I thought, part of me was gleeful about the backlash, to be honest, because I thought, well, this is an experience I wouldn't have had ever before. And part of me was a little bit nervous, people are going to absolutely hate me, because sometimes they conflate the character with the real person.
Right.
And even hearing some of the things that people say is kind of hard sometimes to hear, but people talk about death threats and all this awful stuff, and you're like, oh god. But in the end, it was really a saving of him, and actually people have been very kind and they'd keep saying thank you for saving Rick,
I think they're buttering you up because they want some spoilers. They want to know where you took him.
But on the online, the day after it happened, I thought, okay, well, here we go. I may have saved him, but I still took him away from his, my character still took him away from his family, essentially, and they don't know that he's gone. And even though I think they did the character well with Anne, where you could see that she did it for the right reasons. The Rochon,
No one else
they
knows
are strong fans as well, and that's really where I get most of the fury from.